Welcome back to my channel. I know I look a state right now, but that's kind of the idea of this video, because I wanted you to see what I look like without makeup on and without even straightening my hair. All I've done is had a shower, so my hair is washed, but this is what it looks like when it's dry. So it kind of goes straight and then just sticks out everywhere. I feel like the woman from Balamory. That's what I feel like I look like, just with longer hair and not like a bob. But what I wanted to do today was show you my pregnant makeup routine. I do not use foundation anymore. I don't know if it's because I'm 29 turning 30 this year. I just don't have a care in the world for actual foundation. I also don't bronze. I don't do contour. I don't use highlighter. I don't use eyeshadow. I can't, for the life of me, still at my age, use eyeliner or a brow pencil. So I am very basic with what I actually do for my makeup. So I just thought I'd show you my pregnant makeup routine. I'm currently 23 weeks pregnant. Well, by the time you're watching this, I will be 23 weeks pregnant. So let's do this. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is tie my hair up out of the way. I don't have a fancy bow, fluffy headband. I literally couldn't care less, because no one usually would see me doing my makeup. This is my makeup bag. Very dirty, very realistic. This was probably just a bag from Superdrug. I think there was a few different sizes and I just used the biggest one. Can you see how I barely have anything in here? Also, this is very realistic in that I'm pretty much running out of everything. Even my mascara, I don't even know if it comes onto my eyelashes anymore. I think I've pretty much run out of everything. However, this makeup has lasted me, I want to say 6 months plus, but it would cost me about £165 to get more of it. But for me, I feel like £165 for makeup that's going to last me well over 6 months, I think that's all right. The first thing I use is this Skin Food. I use this as my primer. I feel like I should probably tell you how I have been for the last couple of weeks, maybe more. It's going to sound dramatic, and I probably am just being dramatic, but I'm not going to lie. I've been quite down in the dumps the last couple of weeks. Since the beginning of the pregnancy, I have been waking up during the night to go for a wee, and I used to do that before pregnancy anyway, maybe once or twice, but now it's sort of every hour to 2 hours. Last night, I think I probably woke up 10 times to go for a wee. I remember there was a point where I came back from the toilet and I couldn't get to sleep, and I was just laying in bed awake for half an hour, and then I needed a wee again, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, if I'd have gone back to sleep I would have just slept for half an hour and had to wake up again. But I think our dog Poppy also gets confused, because it's almost like every time I wake up she thinks, aha, does that mean I can get up and come into your bed now? And I have to be like, no, back to your bed, and I have to guide her back into her bed. And I feel like it's now starting to get to me, all of the tiredness. It gets to, I'd say, 2:30 in the afternoon, and at that point, if I'm in the office for work, I could probably just fall asleep at my desk there and then. I will go quiet, I won't talk as much. I'm normally very chatty with people that I know, but I will just go quiet because I can't concentrate. I'm not listening to anything that you're saying to me. I am just struggling with being tired. After the primer, I go on to the NARS Tinted Moisturiser. So I don't use foundation. This is my foundation, and the shade is Gotland. It feels weird doing a makeup video because I'm not a makeup artist or some beauty guru, so it feels weird doing some kind of makeup video. I've also been feeling very stressed because there is still more that we need for our baby girl. And what I did was I wrote down on my phone and in my notepad, but mostly on my phone, everything that we needed for our baby girl, and I put it into sections. So on the notes on my phone, there is one note for feeding, sleeping, changing, travel, play and health. There were 7 sections altogether, but I've now added a few more sections. One of them is the changing bag, diaper bag, whatever you want to call it, but what I'm going to need to put in that for when we go out and about when she's here. I've also got a note for postpartum, so what I'm going to need after childbirth, and then I've also done one for hospital bag. So I've got about 10 notes on my phone of things that we still need to get. Our baby is due on the 4th of June, but because it's at the beginning of June, it's likely that she could just come at the end of May if she's early, which means because we're now in February, that only gives us a few months to get everything. After the primer and the tinted moisturiser, I go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Chantilly. This has pretty much completely run out. It's barely coming out. I've also been thinking about maternity leave. If you saw my last video, you'll know that I am having 11 months off work, and I've been thinking a lot more about maternity leave, and I don't have any mum friends. This is probably going to sound really odd, but I only have one friend. I have had friends previously, and for whatever reason, we're not friends anymore. But I now only have one friend and I love her to bits. Honestly, love her to bits, but I want more friends. Mum friends that I can meet during maternity leave, go out for coffee, go to soft play and just chat about all things motherhood. After the concealer, I use the NARS blusher, and this is in the shade Deep Throat. The lid is broken. I actually did a post on the YouTube community post and I asked for video ideas, and somebody commented suggesting that I do a video talking about how I'm planning on making friends, like mum friends in maternity leave, and building a village as such so that I'm not lonely. And it was actually that comment that got me thinking about maternity leave and being lonely. I hadn't even had it cross my mind, but it was reading that comment and then thinking, oh my goodness, I don't have mum friends. I don't know how to make mum friends. I'm going to be off work in a few months and I'm the kind of person that's probably going to feel lonely. I've been looking into antenatal classes because I wanted to do classes that were about childbirth. I have said this in a video previously, but I am absolutely terrified of childbirth. But I also want to make mum friends, and I thought that would be a great way to make mum friends before maternity leave comes around. However, not only is it going to cost me £185, but it's also going to have potentially 20 people. I am very anxious when I'm meeting new people for the first time. I'm actually I would describe myself as annoying. I'm a very annoying friend. I'm just too much. I'm the kind of person that talks over you when you speak, talks a lot about myself, not meaning to, just I have so much to say, it just all comes out. I'm on the waiting list for an ADHD assessment, but I can be very, very annoying. But when it comes to meeting new people, I'm normally, if I'm in a room with people I don't know, I say nothing. I just kind of observe everyone and kind of figure out who's approachable, who's not approachable, who seems kind of like me, maybe not my kind of person. And I'm kind of just observing everyone and figuring people out, and I'm normally very quiet. After the blusher, I go with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Translucent Powder. This is nearly running out. Can you see? That is nearly running out. I also downloaded an app which is for making mum friends, but I don't get on with the app. I just feel like whenever I actually have a conversation with another woman in the same boat as me on the app, it's like it doesn't get anywhere. The conversation is forced. You have to really think about what you're going to say to start the conversation. And then it just ends up being the same thing, like, hi, how are you? How are you doing? Congratulations on your pregnancy. And it's so, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like cringy. It's just not getting anywhere. I feel like it's gonna be better to actually find mum friends in person because the app is really not doing it for me. After the powder, I go in with the Glossier Lash Slick Mascara, which has pretty much run out. I don't even think this is even going to do anything to my lashes. After the mascara, I use the Benefit Gimme Brow Gel. This is in the shade number 2. I've never done anything with my eyebrows before. I don't do anything in terms of the shape of my eyebrows. I literally could not care less about eyebrows. I also can't use an eyebrow pencil, just the same as I can't use an eyeliner pencil. So this is just literally all I do. After the mascara, the eyebrow gel, I then use the Maybelline Lifter lip gloss in the shade Petal. This is running out, but I can just about get enough. I normally use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, but I have actually completely run out of that. So what I will do is off camera, get my hairspray and spray my face. I just need to order more setting spray. Right, that is my makeup routine done. Before we get into carrying on with the conversation of me being down in the dumps, let me just do like a recap of what I did. So I used the Skin Food as the primer. I used the NARS Tinted Moisturiser in the shade Gotland because I don't use a normal foundation. The tinted moisturiser is my foundation. I then used the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Chantilly because under my eyes it is very much needed. I then used the NARS blusher in the shade Deep Throat, bit of a worrying shade name. I then used the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Powder Translucent because I don't need it to be a colour, if you know what I'm saying. I then use the Glossier Lash Slick Mascara. The only reason I like it is because it's not a big mascara brush where it's all clumpy and it makes your eyelashes all clumpy. But I'm probably going to use a different one because it's kind of expensive. I think it's like 20 quid. Maybe I'm being dramatic. It might not be 20 quid. I know it's a lot for a mascara. So I'm probably going to try the Sky High mascara. It might be Maybelline Sky High, something like that. And then I use the Benefit Gimme Brow Gel in the shade number 2. I then use the Maybelline Lifter Lip Gloss in the shade Petal. And then usually the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, but I have completely run out. So I've kind of been using hairspray, but I will obviously order more setting spray. So that's 8 products, including the All Nighter Setting Spray. Boom. Pretty basic, pretty simple, easy peasy lemon squeeze. Now that I've done that, let's carry on with the conversation. So that's how I've been feeling for the last couple of weeks or more. The tiredness of having to keep waking up during the night for a week is really getting to me now. I'm struggling by about 2:30 in the afternoon. I am worried about being lonely on maternity leave. I need to make mum friends. I joined an app on my phone, but I feel like the conversations just don't get anywhere. It's kind of like forced and it's kind of cringe. I'm going to leave the app because I think I just need to make mum friends in person. I think that'll be more like real and genuine friendships coming out of that than just using an app and having boring conversations. I need to do antenatal classes. I think that'll be the best way for me to make mum friends, especially mums that are also due around the same time as me. But not only is it £185, but there's also going to be potentially like 20 people. And I am very chatty, very annoying when we're actually friends, but when I'm in a room of new people, I'm the complete opposite. I will shut down, I'll be quiet, observe everyone, try figure people out, who's approachable, who's not approachable, who's my kind of person, who's not my kind of person, where the cliques are, where the cliques are not. And I will just be there in absolute silence. And if I feel like it's too much, I might not even go to another class. I need to make mum friends because I know I'm going to be lonely on maternity leave. I know I'm going to feel so lonely and I'm not going to know who to go to. I don't know. I know myself as a person and I know that I will feel lonely. And if I feel lonely, it's going to get me down and it's going to hit me hard. And I'm going to struggle mentally with that. I'm also stressed because we have only a few months, potentially, if our baby girl comes early, to get the rest of the things that we need. And it's just too much for my brain. I'm feeling really overwhelmed and I feel like my brain is going to explode at any moment. I've already had a cry this morning because it was just too much in my head. And then there's the issue with my car. I have a very old car. It's a Volkswagen Golf and it's 2004, so it's 21 years old. It has got over 250,000 miles. And that means that the cam belt probably needs doing soon, but that's going to cost me a few £100. And for it being a 21-year-old car, it is totally not worth it. I only paid £500 for the car and I won't get the money back that I spend on it getting the cam belt done and any other work that needs doing to it, which it recently did have to have more done to it. I'm going to be getting a new car over the next few months. I am going to be getting a Nissan Qashqai. It's still old, I think it's 2007 or 2009, but it's more of a family car. I think it would fit her and our dog on the back seat more comfortably than in my little Golf. That is going to be done over the next few months because that's got a few bits and pieces that need doing to it, just like suspension arms, brakes, nothing kind of like crazy expensive, just standard stuff for the age of the car. But I should still get that before our baby girl is here. James's dad said, I do not want my granddaughter in your car, meaning my Golf, because it's so old, there's so many problems, and it's kind of on its way out. He's like, I don't want my granddaughter in that car. So I'll be getting the new car in the next few months. I feel like I've just waffled at the end of this video. I'm so sorry. I just feel like I needed people to rant to because I don't really have people to rant to. Everybody who watches my videos has been super duper supportive, and I've had people message me on Instagram. I just wish all of you lived closer to me so that we could actually meet and do all the things that I was just talking about, like going for coffee and soft play and meeting up in maternity leave. But wishful thinking, Chelsea. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!